Hi, I'm Arjun Jaikumar. I'm an attorney, a public servant, and the proud dad of a CPS fourth grader. Let me start with first principles. I'm running because I believe public education is a public good. In 1968, my father came from India to Stillwater, Oklahoma to attend a public university. 12 years later, he came here to Cambridge to teach at Harvard. My family lived the American dream because of our national commitment to offering quality public education to all students, including students of color, including students from non-traditional backgrounds, and including students who were born in other countries. Today, those principles are under attack from our own federal government. And in this moment, I think Cambridge needs bold, inclusive, progressive leadership. We need to engage our entire community of educators, caregivers, and students, and to stand up for marginalized communities, including immigrants, kids with special needs, and LGBTQ kids. We need to unite around core progressive values, which means acknowledging the effects of economic inequality and systemic racism and confronting them head on, and proposing real solutions to achievement and opportunity gaps that don't just blame teachers for the effects of what we know to be societal problems. And we need to do these things without fear. When, for example, educators are being publicly maligned by school committee members, when a school is being closed without prior discussion from the community, or when a superintendent is hired without retaining a veteran search firm with little to no community engagement from a pool of candidates with only one classroom educator and no permanent superintendents, we need to be unafraid to say, that's wrong, and we can and should do better. So here's what I propose. 1. Let's treat educators as experts and the community as partners. Let's give educators a seat at the table, literally. Let's hear directly from them at school committee meetings, not in public comment, but as part of the agenda, and through a non-voting membership on the school committee. Let's commit to actually visiting schools. There's no reason a school committee member shouldn't visit every school in our district every term, sit in on classes, and speak directly to educators and families. Let's hold office hours where the entire community can approach us with their questions and needs. Let's commit to actually responding to constituent emails within a reasonable time. Let's model the transparency and community engagement we like to talk about. Second, we have been talking about achievement gaps in education for 50 years. We know they are caused by economic inequality and systemic racism. And we know that kids, as a result, are entering school in kindergarten with pre-existing skills gaps. Let's focus on early education. Put multiple educators in classrooms, in pre-K, K, first grade, and second grade, so that we can give kids who need it specialized attention and engage coaches and interventionists as early as possible. Let's focus on summer learning loss among high-needs populations. Let's provide both academic and social and emotional supports in middle school as kids become more independent. And in those upper schools, make sure all kids, including advanced learners, are engaged and learning. And let's not blame so-called teacher effectiveness for societal problems. Let's give our kids deeper and richer learning than standardized tests require. Cambridge students shouldn't simply learn to read and do math at grade level. They should learn to apply those reading and math skills to critical thinking, research, and problem solving. Learn to develop intellectual curiosity, and learn to identify reliable information and distinguish online misinformation. Kids should leave school ready to be fully engaged participants in our democracy. And let's do these things without fear. We have a number of people on the school committee whose hearts and heads are in the right place. But to govern, you need a spine too. You need the courage to ask hard questions of your colleagues and administrators, and to admit mistakes, especially when they're obvious to the entire community. In my ordinary life, I'm a litigator. I've spent my career trying to find common ground and resolve disputes while defending my client's interests fully. During the first Trump administration, when I worked at WilmerHale, I fought the administration over immigration, government transparency, voting rights, even the Trump campaign's attempts to overturn the 2020 elections. I'm not afraid of tough fights, and I'm not afraid to stand on principle. But I also know how to build relationships to find consensus. We are the best resource district in the Commonwealth, one of the best in America, not just in terms of money, but the assets and people we have in the schools and community. We should ask more and expect more. Not just of students and teachers, but of our administrators and especially our leadership.